Here again with another Shameless Season 9 episode review video. Before I get into that though, pretty important, if you aren't caught up to the point where I am in rewatching or watching Shameless, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention as well as put in the description. If that happens to be the case, you found that you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. And for all of you out there that are wondering, this is my second time watching this show. I have seen some episodes more than others, but for the most part, Shameless, really good, I'd say, for at least the first 7-ish seasons, some of season 8. Now, we are kind of getting a drop-off right now, in my opinion, and I know that the last season especially is not good, and season 10, in my opinion, isn't very good either. But hey, who knows? My second time watching those two seasons, maybe I'll like them more, but I doubt it. So with all that said, this will be Shameless Season 9, Episode 6. The title of this episode is called Face It, You're Gorgeous. And this will be my review, reaction, recap after just finishing watching the episode. So Ian's putting his stuff in the attic until he gets out of prison. Frank tells Liam about the new woman that he met, Ingrid. Ian doesn't want to do anything. He just wants to feel safe and relaxed for his last day for a while of being free. Ford and Fiona look at a place that costs $3,000 a month, and Fiona wants to look at something cheaper, and Ford wants to go ahead with it. Ford says, let's do it. Or I should say, Fiona then decides, let's do it. Carl and Kelly work out in the living room. Ian decides that he wants them to show him some moves on survival training. Lip has to keep an eye on a celebrity, Jen Wagner, played by the great Courtney Cox, of course, from Friends and all the Scream movies thus far. V and Kev are watching Paw Patrol, and then they get a little frisky. They're about to have sex, and then Sister Frances comes over. She shows them that Amy brought a dildo to school with her today. Fiona meets with Max and the other investors, and it sounds like, or it is the case, that the building is going to be delayed, and Fiona can't wait that long, realistically. Frank's waiting for Ingrid to be released. Jen leaves her room the second Lip walks away, because he's supposed to be like a sober companion. But Lip catches up with her, and then Lip yells at Jen that it's his job to make sure she doesn't drink. Fiona brings home, or Fiona gets home, and Ford was packing. She says she's having second thoughts because she can't afford it. She doesn't tell Ford that. Kelly and Carl are making a little progress with Ian. Antonio comes to see Ian. He was sent by Zolito, who is one of the people that Ian met when he was in jail, and he's kind of giving him the layout of the prison, and who to talk to, who's going to be bad, and just giving him some helpful information. Frank tells Liam that with a crazy person, you never know what you're going to get from moment to moment. Monica. Max tells Fiona she can't get her money out of the partnership. V and Kev meet with Father D'Amico, played by the late, great Bob Saget. He tells Kevin V about his time in the Navy and how he was banging this hooker, essentially. Jen and Lip, or I should say Jen asks Lip what qualifies to be a sober companion, and then she tries to get alcohol, an alcoholic beverage, but Lip knows that she ordered it while he was away, and it's not a virgin drink, because the waiter kept stating a virgin, and no, I'm not dumb, that's got alcohol in it. So he knocks the drink out of her hand to the ground. She gets mad and then she says she misses the other guy, Barney. Fiona goes back to try for another loan. Ian gets this visual map of what happens at the prison and kind of the layout of things. Fiona asks for money. She asks for $25,000. Antonio says that he can help her out with the loan for doing illegal activities. Probably wanted to pimp her a few times. I mean, I would too. And Jen says she'll let Lip touch her tits if he lets her have a drink. Lip finds out Barney's going to be late, so Lip says that she'll be coming to dinner with him for Ian's last meal before he goes to prison. Jen orders herself and Lip drinks, and she's about to drink it, and Lip says, he's like, please don't drink that. And he's like, look, everyone, it's Jen Wagner. And then Jen calls him an asshole, and she starts taking selfies with people, so it's not like she runs away, but it keeps her occupied so she can't have an alcoholic beverage. And we find out that Fiona, she's just not going to qualify for a third loan. She doesn't have a lot of equity, and she's upset. So Fiona goes to Patsy's and grabs a bunch of hundreds from the safe. Now, I don't know what she did with those hundreds, but Frank talks to Ingrid. She's acting normal now. Frank takes a bike to follow Ingrid, who's riding with her ex-husband now, and he leaves Liam behind. He tells Liam to catch the 6 bus, I believe that's the bus number. White Castle for Ian's his final dinner before he goes to prison. Debbie arrives and wonders why the chick from the makeup commercials is having dinner with them. Kelly asks her to say the line, and then Jen says, face it, you're gorgeous. Fiona's out for Linus's birthday party, and the person who works at Patsy's, but now, how would Fiona know? She's hardly ever at Patsy's now. She shows up randomly for a minute here, a minute there. Jen says that she served time, 48 hours for a DUI. Jen calls Debbie a special woman, and Jen kisses Debbie. And she played a lesbian once in a movie, so she just did that to show her acting ability. Fiona's rambling about having to come up with her $25,000, and she's drunk. Kevin V are throwing away all their sex toys in the lake. The Patsy's employee, which I'm not exactly sure who this was. I knew his name, I think, but then I forgot to put it down here. Oh, Johnny. I put it down. Never mind. So he kisses Fiona, and she says, whoa, I have a boyfriend. And, I think his name was Johnny, but I'm not entirely sure. Again, random character for a random minute here. I don't know how long he's been in the show. Maybe he hasn't. I just haven't really remembered him. Or for the fact that Fiona hasn't been at Patsy's for so long, really, realistically, that I just kind of forgot about all those waitresses and waiters and busboys and that were there. But Fiona says that she has to apologize to Ford. And then Lip gives Ian money for his account. And Frank knows where Ingrid lives as he followed her with that bike. And then he knocks on her door. And apparently he was following her for a long time because it was light out when he left. And now it's dark out. And she tells him she was having a bad day. She thinks her medications had wore off. Fiona comes home and Ford's not there. So Fiona locates Ford through his iPad. Busted. Patty. So Fiona drives to this house. And we find out that this Patty chick that was mentioned previously that Ford said was his mom is actually Ford's wife. And then Ford says, listen to me for a second. And Fiona just freaks out and she drives away and then runs into another parked car. And Fiona's got a cut on her head. And then she just walks away from the scene of the accident. So we're doing this again. We're going to Fiona, back to really struggling and possibly. Uncle Kev is going to drive Ian instead of Fiona because Fiona didn't show up to take Ian to the prison. Carl, Debbie, Liam, Kev, V, and Lip hug Ian, and then Ian says, I love you guys. And then Ian tells Lip, thanks for being my brother. And they hug, and then Ian actually goes inside the prison, and he's supposed to have 2 years there. I don't remember if that's exactly how long he serves. And then he goes into a cell, and then as his back is turned, the cell door opens, and lo and behold, it's Mickey Malkovich. He gave info on the cartel that he was working for, so he got to choose where he's locked up, and he's got the bottom. Him and Ian are going to be cellmates. So I don't think Ian could really be happier. He's missed Mickey, I think. I don't know if he misses Trevor, but I know he misses Mickey. I think that's his name, Trevor from season 8. That just kind of disappeared. A lot of people from season 8 just kind of disappeared. It's unfortunate. And then Ian and Mickey kiss, and that's what ends this episode of Shameless. So I'm going to give the episode an 8.0 out of 10. It had its moments. Lip is going to be the male character of the episode. Thought about giving it to Ian, but realistically, he didn't really do a lot other than make out with Mickey at the end. And for the females, you have to give it to Fiona, but special recognition to the character of Jen, played by Courtney Cox. I really enjoyed her on this episode. Just didn't see enough of her, and this is the second time I've watched this episode. This is one of the first episodes of Shameless that I remember watching. I started kind of paying attention to the show in season 9, and then I eventually went back and watched them all to get caught up for season 11. So you've heard everything that I have to say. Now it's your turn. If you're a fan of Shameless and you want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, please consider Hulk smashing the like button, and know that I cover a lot of stuff on my channel. I created this channel because there weren't many people that I could talk about with the things that I like. So I have a playlist with a bunch of different things: The Walking Dead, Dead City, all the Walking Dead main show, Dexter, UFC fight reactions, Lucifer, Big Bang Theory, Breaking Bad. So check out my playlist. If there's anything you like, make sure you watch some of those videos. Don't forget to sound off in the well, actually, first, share the video with a friend. Put this video on any one of your social media platforms. And now don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are on this episode of Shameless. What would you rate the episode? Who would be your male character of the episode? Who would be your female character of the episode? You can do just one if you want. And then click right here and see my Shameless series finale rant video, assuming you've seen every single episode of Shameless. And then last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel. You are watching the video anyway. Join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And you never know what you're going to see on JDev TV.